Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Alright, this is going to be my review of Superman 2025. I hate how it's just called Superman. People in the future are going to get confused. Right off the bat, we get the worst exposition dump I've seen in a long while. White text on what looks like a Windows screensaver? Come on, ever heard of Show Don't Tell? Up told a whole life story in minutes, and Watchmen nailed it with just visuals. This, lazy. That said, Nicholas Hoult was fun, quirky, he could be menacing, calm, all fun things to see on the screen. And basically all the cast was great in my opinion. But the plot was built on shaky foundation. The whole premise depends on this whole unbelievable footage. It clearly looks doctored even in the movie. So just like that, the entire city turns on him. But it's not the worst thing that I've seen. I get it. It helps the pacing. And it doesn't want to take too long on one point. Anyway, Superman's powers are pretty inconsistent in this movie. It happens too often, and it's kind of annoying, like it's fake tension. Like there's a part where he's trying to get something off his face, and it seemed like he was getting a struggle, but he's Superman. He should be able to just kind of speed remove it. So I feel like he could have, done something about that there. There were a few times where a problem was solved, and then I'm wondering why couldn't he do that earlier? Or why couldn't that happen earlier? There were cool moments, very James Gunn-esque. Some sequences reminded me of the Yondu in Guardians, and I genuinely had fun. However, I did have to switch off my brain when the black hole stuff started happening, and I feel like I had to mention the immigration metaphor. I didn't really catch it while watching the movie, maybe because I turned off my brain already, but when I watched it, I felt like it was a nice heroic monologue that was coming from Superman when Lex Luthor was always calling him an alien. But then I do remember thinking how he does have all these powers, unlike a human. So it felt odd to say. It was a nice attempt from the filmmakers, but it just doesn't land here in a Superman movie. But if you take out that metaphor in the movie, it's kind of odd just standing alone, because then it's like, what? Then the message is saying that only humans care for humans? Like, aliens can't care for humans? Why does he have to feel like he has to kind of Skywalker himself, if you know what I mean? But yeah, overall, it was flawed, inconsistent, but I still had a good time thanks to James Gunn's direction. Besides the first two Superman movies, again, my fond memories, I would consider this probably to be one of the best Superman movies out there. I'm not going to rank them as I don't remember them that well, and I'm not going to sit and rewatch all of them, but I can probably say top 3 Supermans.